In this digital age, where the world is at our fingertips, we're dreamers, we're believers, reaching for the stars, yeah. With AI by our side, possibilities is endless and bright. There's a future full of promise and it's within our grasp. So let's embrace the power, the magic of AI. It's gonna make our lives so
Hello,
much better.
ladies and
Take it to
gentlemen.
the sky with every innovation.
My name's Ekel O'Harrod. This is the Future Fiction Academy. How y'all doing? It's good to see everyone. I'm gonna slip this up just a little bit, give myself a little headroom. Hi. All right, so what are we doing today? We are checking in on what the actual progress was that I had. I left a lot of people who did not go to the community class kind of in on this, out on this limb, and I think it's probably a good idea to fill you in on my progress. And I say my progress, but I mean more like my results from last week's live stream. So let's just imagine a world where I did all the validation, I did all of the things, and then I spent a bunch of time reading. I have not had that much time to read through the whole thing, but I did do spot checks on it and checked on things. I let my wife listen to the first chapter, and the immediate response to her was, it's too descriptive. I said, oh, okay, I'm into that. I'm into it being too descriptive because I can always cuttity cut, y'all. Oh, there we go. I was like, why in the world am I all off even and everything? I should be nice. And been thinking about getting, actually I have a light here that I've been thinking about getting a pole and putting it behind this right here so that I have this nice, like, right on me look. My biggest problem with that is the color in the background would kind of be all distorted and weird things would happen. So I'm trying to make my decision on exactly how I should proceed with that. How is everyone? Let's see here. Hello, Plumstone. Well, hello, Plumstone. Jessica, Rachel, one of my favorite people. And I'm not just saying that because she's in the FFA. She always has insightful things. And one of my favorite things on the Zoom with Rachel is how her continuity camera on her Mac or whatever it is moves in and out. So if she makes an expression, her camera goes out a little further so that you can see her hands. I love it. And then it comes back in. I love that. I don't even know if she's ever noticed it doing that, but I love it. She looks dynamic when she does it. Zedicus Zazie, what's up? Hey. Coffee needed. I'm more of a tea guy myself. I'm using this plot drive mug that they gave me for my birthday. They gave me this for my birthday. It was so nice of them. Anyway, I got it one day in the mail and I went, what the heck is this? And then I opened it up. I was like, oh, let's see. Got to start with the dance party. Yes, you do. Digital dreamers in this digital age where the world is at our fingertips. What's up? Semantic Slip. Is that the word? Is that the name we're going by? Okay, I know who that is. I know that avatar. And if he wants to be Semantic Slip, I'm gonna let him be semantic slip. Jessica, this song feels like this song keeps getting stuck in my head. It's because it's a banger, girl. It's a banger. That's why it keeps Zyla Eden. Nice to see you. There's the creator of the hour. Hi E. How you doing? Semantic, how you doing? Harper, how you doing? Bill. You're welcome, my dear. Stephen Dillon, good, doing good. I'm glad you're doing good. Let's see. I don't even know how it works. I love it. You're like, it's doing that? I had no idea. AKA Carl. Of course I know who you were, Carlo. I was like, I've seen that avatar many a time. And I know Carlo's avatars are so cute. Actually, him and Andy. Andy has really cute ones too. He just is like, he looks so Andy looks so scrumdiddlyicious in his avatars. I tell you what. All right, everyone. So, as I said before, this is a little bit of a different setup. This is my first live stream with my new computer. I have a M4 Mac Mini. Did I get an upgrade on that M4 Mac Mini? I can't quite remember. Hey, I have yo, what's up, Danny? I have yo, what's up, Patsy? I have a fan going on back here, one of those vortex ones from like Costco, and I was afraid that it would be like you would be able to hear the like blowing of the what's it called, the fan. So I turned it kind of away from myself, and I have this nice little circular breeze going. But over there is the outside world. Is so bright over there. Let me see if I can darken it so you can see. There, it is so bright over there that I can't even get the. Let me see. Can I even? There it is. Look how dark my room gets if I make the exposure for outside. That is incredibly dark, an incredibly bright day. It's a very bright day. Luckily, this sucker, there we go. Luckily, this sucker does a great job. And if I really wanted it to, it could follow me around. I love that. I love that part. I really do. Okay. And my second week of liberation, everyone. I'm so very happy to be able to deal with y'all on a regular basis. All right, good. Can't hear it? You're good. I know I get stressed out about these sorts of things, but you know, I'm glad. Voltron, what is this? Voltron, Danny, cats. Voltron. Okay, I don't know what that means, but all right. So today I'm going to add this to the stage. I worked on Christina helped me last week. So this is what happened. Christina helped me last week figure all of this stuff out. Actually, she didn't help me figure it out. She helped me figure it out before. But what ended up happening is I had it set up to only run 10. I swore that I had it set up to run more, but I can swear till the cows come home, and I'm still wrong. I didn't have it set up. So what she did was she helped me out immensely and ran the other 10 chapters. Oh, Peach, you fat cat! I should take you and shoo you away from the kibble. You're so fat. Get up, go. Come on now, go. That's right. She's gonna turn around and go right back to it. Oh, maybe she won't. Maybe she'll go away. All right. Oh, for the win. Voltron for the win. Let's see. Let the kitty have her vice. Let the kitty have her vices. Let me see here. Let the kitty have her vices. And I want Gracie to enter the scene. I'm here for her, not EJ. So the cat I'm talking about is Peaches. She is quite the large animal. Let me see if I. All right, let me see if I can give you a peek at Peaches. That is a caboose right there. That's a big cat. That is a large cat. I know you can hardly see her in that little thing, but that's okay. And I'm going to put this thing back here. Probably lose my microphone again. And back. There we go. Thank you. When did that happen again? No fat shaming. I'm not fat shaming the cat. I just want her to look like her sister. She has this kind of dim look on her face, and her sister has this mean look on her face. Her sister's mouth is turned down like this, and hers is flat. So, and Peach always kind of looks like she's like a scared little deer, So she's like, and actually with the flat mouth, and her sister's always like this, kind of mad. She's not mad, and Peach isn't exactly a dumb cat, but that is the faces they were dealt. Those are the faces that they were dealt. We lost sound. You muted yourself. No sound. Lost your mic. Voltron. There we go. Voltron is a cartoon. Zeticus. I am 54 years old. I know. Maybe this is for everybody else. Voltron is a cartoon from the 80s, a series of 5 mechanical lion cats that come together to form a kaiju-like robot that defends the universe, defends the whole universe. I love that. Yes, I am muted, I think. Reconnect your mic, darling. I love that. Reconnect your mic, darling. I love that. All right, there we go. And so adorable. Yes, well. All right. Now, I'm still moving around. I mean, not that I'm mad at moving around. I just don't want to. So I've had a lot of success with your first draft, getting my first draft out and starting to work through things. But the biggest takeaway I got from it was that it can do the job. It can get it to the point where my draft is done and all I'm doing is editing and stuff like that. Did I mention that this is all brought to you by the Future Fiction Academy? The Future Fiction Academy is, well, let's just call it the premier place to learn how to write fiction with artificial intelligence. We show you tools, we build tools, we have a mastermind, we have an accelerator, which is actually the big deal. It gets you into the mastermind eventually. It is literally the gateway to the mastermind. And right now, we are in the middle of our July cohort for the accelerator, okay? The accelerator helps you learn all of our nomenclature, how we deal with things, all of the idiosyncrasies of the way we use AI and how we have been responsible, helped people create over 100 and some novels now or something like that. They're all working on them in the background. A lot of people are publishing them. I mean, there are a lot of people that are building the novels, but a ton of people are publishing them. Today, I was in a meeting with the whole staff. There are 12 of us that work at the FFA. And we kind of put a raise of hands on how many people in the FFA has actually published that are new to publishing. And it was Alyssa and me and Casey, and Melissa is also working on her new one, a new staff member. I'm super excited about having her around. And I have to tell you, quite fascinating that so many people, even inside the FFA, who are working on administrative things and teaching people stuff, we're all publishers, actually publishing. Now, don't get me wrong. We have a publishing company called the Future Fiction Press, and that helps. I mean, that actually we can publish under that press, but the power is the fact that we could do that as an extra side job, but also put our own stuff out. And it becomes a publishing business. Say you get one book done a month. Why do I say one book? Because in the accelerator, you get access to YourFirstDraft.ai. YourFirstDraft.ai is a tool that we are using today, that I used last Tuesday to create my first pen name novel with. And all I have to do is edit that up, which, by the way, on Thursday of this week, we're going to be having ourselves a wonderful conversation with, let me see here, Becca. What is Becca Brinkmeyer from AutoCrit. We're going to be having an interview with Becca at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, which would be about 4 p.m. your time on Thursday. That's this Thursday. So make sure that you join right in with the fun. Let me see here. Now, if you want, go. There are links in the description below. go over to the Future Fiction Academy and get your hands on the accelerator for 6 months and get a month free. That's right. Get a month free. We also have 50% off how to make dossiers and fine tunes, which are $1,499, but $750 after you use the discount of YFD. YFD. Use that, and it expires tomorrow. We had it through the 4th, but it was popular, so it expires tomorrow. So make sure you get over there. All right, let's jump right into the party. Why don't we? We are here inside of Your First Draft. Now, when you run it, right, there's a little status thing that appears. Where are you? Close that down. There's a status thing that that appears right here. It says live status. And it says batch run completed successfully. In this bracket, it usually says you're this amount complete, whatever amount that might be. And then let's just take a look at what it says over here. Important information. Time required. This process may take up to an hour to complete. Continuous process. Once you begin, the process will continue until the complete draft is finished. Source material. Your story will be driven from your story dossier and the first chapter. Now, does everyone know what a story dossier even is? A story dossier is we used to call them, what did we used to call them? Briefs, like a story brief where all right, so way back when we first started with artificial intelligence, we started with beats. And then you'd string all of these beats for a particular chapter together. And those beats will, and back in the day, you could only do 2 beats at a time. I believe that was on Pseudo-Wright's program. You could only do 2 beats at a time. As a matter of fact, there are, I'm pretty sure that's still the way that they work over there, is from a beat to beat perspective, which I don't quite understand why they still do it that way. But, you know, what works for you, if you've locked into a certain way, then you locked to a certain way. What I think that people should definitely use is like a story dossier. What is a dossier? It is a very, very detailed like breakdown of your story, your characters, your world building, all of the technologies that would be inside of there, all of the idiosyncrasies of your plot, every single thing that you can think of should be in your story dossier. If you don't know what should be in the story dossier, ask Claude or ChatGPT or Grok or Google. Ask them, what is a story dossier and how detailed should a story dossier be? You know, that sort of thing. Now, what I want you to do is think hard about how you're going to make this dossier. The reason for that is the dossier is kind of the thing that you can build your entire story out of. I'm getting ready to start my first episode of Jump Box, USMC. I'm going to do 11 chapters, something like that. And it's going to... Okay, I wanted to make sure because I'm getting pings here. What is this? Go me. Oh, go Mel. Go Mel. Actually, different Melissa. Actually, I think Mel's also. Yes, we have 2 Melissas now on staff. We have a Mel and a Melissa. Mel, who everybody knows already, she's actually a week away from publishing, I think she's like a week. I'm very excited about it. She talked to her about it in the meeting today. So yes, go Mel. Go Mel. I have a goal to have my book up on KDP by the end of July. Well, Zedekus, you could do that. Yes, from AutoCrit. Sue, how you doing? They moved to scenes. They moved to scenes. Oh, did they move to scenes? Pseudo, right? Huh, really? And woohoo! I love that. But we are everyone is publishing, and that's really the why people come into the mastermind, so that they can learn how to publish. They can get good techniques. They can not have to deal with the stupidity and the all of that stuff. And we have a positive AI attitude inside of the FFA. So there are a lot of people, so that when we're getting beaten down by these interesting folk, that's the best way to put that, these interesting folk, that we have someone to commiserate with, someone to go, why are they always treating me so? That's all. Why are they always treating me so? And that right there is worth the price of admission. The camaraderie, the reasons that we all get together. And if you want to get in the accelerator, it's a $249 a month expense that you can, depending on your country, write off on taxes. If you're in America and you have a business on the side, you could definitely write that off on taxes. So come over to the Future Fiction Academy, use the link below, and learn what we're learning. This, as I said to you before, is kind of a process. So you're thinking about having one book a month. I think that this is absolutely perfect for you. One book a month, 12 books a year. I could literally write 2 books a month, and that's 2 different series, and have a book come out for one series and a book come out for the other series. Or I could write 2 series that have something to do with each other, where this independent adventure and that independent adventure are both happening at the same time, right? And you can have the people kind of cross into each other's series, actually write a thing that you write from other people's perspective. The possibilities are endless, because you have the ability to get that first draft done. You know what your story is, and it just writes your story from beginning to end. I remember when we had a hard time generating 10 beats. Now we're generating entire books with all of the, and everything is working out exactly like it's supposed to. And that really is what Your First Draft is all about. So as you can see here, I have chapter 1. Let's see, does it? Yes. Begin chapter 1, and then chapter 2, the fog, then the morgue, then the press room, and then the fog thickening. Is that fog again? Did I say fog twice? Yep, fog. And then she got to right there, and ran the rest of my chapters. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you, view your first draft. That was what was in the middle. And now we are in the first draft, and we have the ability, ladies and gentlemen, to download this as a zip. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to download it as a zip. I'm going to add it to my press, because I have a Future of Fiction press. Actually, I'm calling mine the FF Factory press, because theirs is the Future Fiction press, and I want to be the FF Factory. So Future Fiction Factory press. I really liked that, and I'm not going to give it up. I just modified it so that it didn't sound like theirs completely. Future, there it is. There it is right there. It says FOA, Future Fiction Press, which it should be the other way around, the FF Factory Press. Saving it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I can go into Plot Drive. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I'm sorry, my sometimes, let me see here. Can I sometimes this is annoying. Now I can't. Can I share this one? Yes, I can. I think. Is it not going to let me? Of course it's not. Man, Chrome is so lame. And StreamYard only works on Chrome. And that right there is so heinously awesome. I mean, awful. I can't believe it. View release notes. Okay, there we go. And will it let me share? Nope. It's not going to let me share. It's not going to let me share. Of course it's not. All right, so let's then turn over here. Chapters, as you can see, you have all your chapters 1 through 20. And looks like there's going to be a big announcement on Friday on exactly how many chapters you can produce on Friday. So I'm excited about that. But 59,000 words. I'm going to go to chapter 2 and zoom out. And as we were going through this, I definitely realized as I was going through this, I was like, oh, yes, this is very descriptive, almost too descriptive. And it really does help that you can cut down on a bunch of stuff, that you can edit stuff out. I'll give you an example. Let's see. Can I actually edit this? Can I? No. Can I? Nope. I can't edit this one. But I can take the downloaded manuscript and where is it? Open up just a second, everyone. Actually, I'm wondering. Oh, yay, it went away. Yay, it went away. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go over here and share this. Pending response. I'm going to stop that. And there, reject that. Okay. All right, so we're going to start in. There we go. We're going to start in, and we're going to create a new project up here. Wow, every single time I come into this thing, it is completely different. So there we go. And we're going to call this Oliver Blake Chronicles Silent Witness. Silent Witness YFD. That way I know which one it is. Because I'm pretty sure I have an Oliver Blake that I started working on before. At least I thought I did. Huh. Oh, well. All right. Now I'm going to, let me see. I know I can import stuff. Export, import. Drag and drop zip files. Select zip file. Just a second, everyone. I'm hoping that this works. Open. Yes. There it is. Every single chapter that I just had, plus the document that's untitled. I'm going to actually delete this document right there. Yes, untitled. Yes, please. So now I have each one of these chapters all in Markdown and all ready to go inside. Let's see here. Let's go. Let's read this one. Let's read a little bit. The fog thickened as Oliver navigated towards Butte Street, transforming Cardiff's evening rush into a dreamscape of blurred tail lights and ghostly silhouettes. Police barriers materialized out of the mist, uniform officers directing traffic away from the three-story building, a brick building, wedged between a coffee house and a vintage record store. Blue lights from 4 patrol cars strobed against the wet cobblestone, creating pools of electric color that seemed to pulse with the rhythm of Oliver's counting. Un, deux, trois, pétoir. He, by the way, it really does like use all of the information, and it almost uses it to a fault. So this is why you have to do your validation. Right off the bat, I'm gonna do this. Where's my highlighter? I have a highlighter somewhere. Highlight. There we go. I'm gonna go with the good old classic text right here. What I would do right now, we're in chapter 6. This is, I think, chapter 5. I think this is the second murder. Blurred is a dreamscape. That definitely. Let me see here. There we go. There. Where is it? Dreamscape. Oh, wait a minute. So do I highlight it? Oh, there it is. And then boom. So dreamscape. I would want to change that. And ghostly silhouettes. And of course, Peach is in here eating again. This is why she's so big. This is why you're so big. That's right. I want you to live as long as your sister. You die before her and she's all like depressed and everything. I don't want to have that. It'd be nice if you two just like silently passed away 20 years from now, right next to each other. That would be awesome. But you're not going to get there if you stay as big as you're staying right now. That's right. All right. Police barriers materialize out of the mist. Actually, I'm going to pull out. Sorry, y'all. I have to keep it out like this instead of zoomed in because I can't get to my highlight if I don't do that. Police barriers materialized out of the mist uniform. Officers directing traffic away from a 3-story building wedged between a coffee shop and a vintage record store. Blue lights from the patrol car strobed against the wet cobblestone, creating pools of electric color that seemed to pulse with the rhythm of this. See, that right there definitely should be highlighted. And there's a scam right there. Somebody's trying to scam me. I'm getting a phone call on my computer. That's my favorite. It's getting a phone call on my computer. I don't know if I'll keep this Pedwar thing, but I'm going to highlight it because I want to be able to evaluate it later. This is how I kind of go through and do my own editing right here. He parked behind the oh my gosh, I don't have my no, my God, I don't have my glasses. Oh well. Oh shoot. In that case, I guess we'll all be able to see. He parked behind the forensics van and sat for a moment, gathering himself. Without a peppermint tin, he felt strangely vulnerable, his senses unanchored. The second murder had accelerated everything. Davies' pressure, the media frenzy, the lunar cycle Dr. Hughes had warned about. Oliver closed his eyes, counting again as a reporter's voice filtered through the fog. Their questions sharp as knives. Another ritual killing. Celtic killer strikes again. Police incompetence. When he opened his door, the damp air hit him like a physical force. That doesn't need to be there, see? That doesn't need to be there, see? Hit him. That's probably where it should end. Carrying the metallic, mixed with diesel exhaust. Hit him. Hit him. And then comma. And then diesel exhaust. But what we'll do is we're going to highlight it right there and just call it, we'll get to it later sort of thing. The subtle perfume of fear seeping through the gathered crowd like sweat. Iris Sullivan stood at the police officer's police line, dictating into her recording pen. See, that's way better. A recording pen with theatrical gravity. Day 2 of the Celtic killer investigation. Another body has been discovered. Sources within the department suggest Iris Sullivan must be the reporter. That's what it is. And another body has been discovered. Sources within the department suggest Detective Inspector Blake's methodical, some might say sluggish, approach may have cost a second life. Ooh, geez, Louise. Oliver's, this is intense. Oliver kept his gaze fixed ahead, badging the ununiformed constable at the door. The uniformed constable at the door. Inside, the building's narrow stairwell smelled of damp plaster, stale cigarettes. He climbed 2 flights, his knees protesting, and emerging onto a corridor lined with acoustic foam panels in alternate shades of charcoal and burgundy. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm going to have to cut a lot of this out. Not a lot, but it is a wee bit literary. Claire met him halfway, his face tight with controlled emotion. You took your time. Traffic. Oliver replied, though they both knew it wasn't the reason. What do you have? James Harrow, 38, host of the Unfiltered Arts podcast, found by his his producer about an hour ago. Wow. This is good. Same MO as Roberts. Cutthroat, body arranged, Celtic brand on the left forearm. Who's on scene? Soko, pathologist, assistant Davies, half the brass from Central, and more press than I've seen since the minister's sex scandal last year. Claire's mouth thinned to a hard line. Davies is looking for you. He's not happy you missed the Michael Lloyd interview. What did Lloyd say? Not much. See, this is good. As far as dialogue goes, now I can not have to worry about whether or not I have to cut a lot of this stuff out. I like dialogue. I like people talking and interacting with each other. I like that idea that you can get a lot of who the character is from all of that chit chat and all of that, the way that he's trying to do the investigation. Very interesting to me. I mean, extremely interesting to me. If you ask me, we have a paradigm shift. I now have a full draft to just edit. I'm editing. This is what I'm doing. I'm highlighting things, deciding on whether I want to keep them or deciding on whether I want to say them differently. It's it's truly empowering. My next project is going to be my jump box series. While I'm still teaching right now, I'm teaching inside the FFA how to use projects from different LLMs, meaning they all have these project functions, ChatGPT projects, Google Notebook. And we're going to take those projects and we're going to start building actual stuff for the press. So right now, right this second, I'm in a good place. I'm in a great place. The world is my oyster, and I can make whatever decision I feel necessary in order to get this thing published in, let's say, a very short amount of time. I really need to get back to tablet work, where I can highlight stuff with the tablet and figure out what things very quickly I really need to go through and get rid of, or feels extraneous, or has a problem with continuity or anything like that. If any of that happens as I'm reading through it, I highlight all of that information and I get it all straight so that I can then have a real comprehensive edit. And then I like to finish the whole thing off with a tool like AutoCrit or something like that, where I can take a look at a few deeper analytics, like how many times have I said this thing? How many times have I said that thing? Are there any places in the script where a person is killed off, yet they still seem to exist later? Those sorts of things. I love that. Plumestone says Peaches is getting her dirty laundry aired out on live stream. Yeah, well, she's a big girl, and I love that big girl. I just want that big girl to be around forever. So, and we're animal lovers around here. I watch Dodo on the regular. It's ridiculous. All right. So, does anyone have any questions about the process that I've just gone through? How this is not a live stream about editing. It's a live stream about what happens, about what actually happened. What actually happened was we got ourselves a manuscript that's a little verbose, but totally like you. I'd rather have too much and cut it away than not enough, and then it feels like I didn't do enough inside the chapter. And I have plenty of room to add my own voice and everything. It's really kind of a whole new world, a completely different world. And we have 31 people in here. Do me a favor, all of you 31 people. Could you hit the like button? If there is anybody in here that hasn't subscribed yet, please hit the subscription button. And if you're really bold and you really want to see when we have things going on, hit the notification bell. But hit the like button the most so that people will come in here. Yeah, you extra 2 people that just got here. I see you 2 just got here. Hit the like button right now. If you would, I would really appreciate it. Let's see here. I know I've only skimmed it, but I'm curious. How close to done would you consider this draft? %. 80 to 85%. If I was being more exact, I feel like it's more like 82, 83. But that's what I feel like it is. 2, when you put your dossier in, was the story designed to be 20 chapters? Yes. Yes, it was. It was designed to be 20 chapters. The 20 long chapters, but 20 chapters. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of 4,000 word chapters which might end up being their own chapters within their cell. All right. So, and you're asking because I took a 30 chapter outline, squished it into 20 so I could play, squished it into 20 so I could play I was so anxious to play. I took 20 chapters, squished it into 30, switched it into 20. And for me, found that was a mistake. Yeah, it was built. Mine was built to be 20 chapters. Mine was built. And as a matter of fact, maybe what happened was with yours was you took the existing thing and tried to squish it when you probably should have taken just the idea of everything in either your dossier or your synopsis and then split that over 20 chapters as opposed to using your old one and then trying to move things or so that they and then shoving other pieces into chapters. You should have just let the story be as it was, forget the outline that you already established, and create a whole new outline. Unless that's exactly what you did. All right. Let me see. I missed a couple things. Already liked. Thank you. Hey, everybody, do me a favor. Like this video if you haven't liked it. I see there's one extra person in there. You too should like it. If you haven't subscribed to us, there's a lot of people who watch us that have never subscribed. So definitely get that done. Let me see here. What did this say? I would love the map. Steps taken. I was late. I would love the map. Steps taken. I was late. All right. Here's your biggest step, Cope Spoken. Here's your biggest step. Go over to the Future Fiction Academy. We have links below. We have tons of standalone classes, stuff like that. If you sign up for the accelerator, which will teach you how to use artificial intelligence to write as many books as you want, it gives you access to your first draft, and you get 1 credit a month. And that 1 credit can be turned into 12 books a year if you wanted to. You also get Plot Drive, which you can see right over here. You'll get Plot Drive, and you can use that also. So if you sign up for the accelerator, you'll get access to your first draft. And if you want, you can look at some of our old videos that Elizabeth did with those very same things, the very same Your First Draft and how she built out stuff. You can see it right on YouTube. There we go. It's a little warm. Let me see here. Yay. Thank you, RK. Thank you, RK. Okay, there we go. And the AI hate makes me think of that song. I'm all right. Don't worry about me. Why you got to give me a fight? Why don't you just let me be? Why you got to give me a fight? Why don't you just let me be? I wish I knew what that song was. Anyway, I want you to have the ability to do this stuff, right? We will not be releasing this to the general public at least until September. There's a lot of people that are going to get a real big jump on this because they're in the FFA. It's the biggest way, easiest way that I can find for you to do that. Plus, if you join the accelerator, you will be guaranteed to do 2 books before the end of the accelerator. We opened up the whole mastermind to the accelerator people, every accelerator person. So as soon as you get in, you can be in the mastermind too and see all of that stuff too. I say you don't do that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start lobbying again to my boss and say to her, can we just shut this down? I said it during the meeting like 8 times. I don't want you accelerator people in the first month to have anything to do with the mastermind, because people are people, and they're all and all people that I know of are descended from apes. And let me let you know, apes do not do what they're supposed to do when they're supposed to do it. So most people get this urge to get into the mastermind and start, and then realize, oh God, I don't know how to do any of this. And or they'll ask a question of one of the instructors, and the instructor will know immediately that they didn't do their homework. They didn't do what they were supposed to do, which is what they're supposed to do. We're actually grading papers and stuff like that. So if I were you, if you get in the mastermind, if you just signed up for it this month, whatever the case may be, please do the work. Do the work. Don't be lazy, because if you do, you're going to have a lot of questions. You're going to irritate a lot of people because you should have had the answer to questions in the first place. So just make sure that you haven't missed the answer before you ask the question. All right? All right. Okay. Oh, it's Kenny Loggins. Oh, let me see here. Let me get this right. I'm all right. Don't nobody worry about me. Why do you give me a fight? Why don't you just let me be? Oh, I'm all right. I got it right. I was like, wait a minute. I do know that song. Kenny Loggins, baby. Thank you there. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right, everyone. Does anyone have any questions about how this turned out, how everything that I'm doing with Your First Draft is? I am, we're just about at the hour's time here, and I was going to make it a nice and short one. Tuesdays are never about the super long live streams unless I have something that I need to do in front of you. We'll always keep these around an hour's time so that you can get back to your lives as you need to. Happy 5 o'clock, everybody on the East Coast. Happy almost 5 o'clock, everybody in the Central time zone. Any questions? I'm impressed by the results and excited. Can I be real? Imagine a dyslexic person with ADHD who has to use technology in order to get by on almost everything, like I do, like I am. And I used to use dictation to get through my first drafts. But then my first drafts were just dictation, meaning that I was doing an awful lot of telling and not a lot of showing. This way, I can show a lot and use my skills as a wordsmith with my very high vocabulary to create new and interesting ways that the story can be told after I have the first draft. I have the first draft, and then I literally make this thing into whatever I want it to. I could go all the way back and turn it from a police procedural to some type of hospital drama or something like that, with the same with the same main character and all of that stuff. But my mother-in-law, who I have taken as her name as the pen name for this particular series, she would want me to keep it exactly what it is. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her at all. All right, everyone. I'm excited. And impressed by the results myself. It seems like it's keeping continuity. I'm checking from piece to piece. And in a mystery procedural, let's just say the stuff under the hood, the behind the scenes stuff that we're doing with Your First Draft, or YFD, is so potent, so exciting. And I get to make as many books as I can edit. I could hire an editor I could actually hire an editor after I do my revisions and get all of my stuff done. Then I could send it over to my editor and they could take a look at it also. And we're moving in the right direction. We're publishing books and we're staying ahead of the voraciousness of our readers. They are completely, if I could read a book a week from my favorite author, Rick Brown, if I could read a book a week, oh God, my wife would not be happy because I'd always be reading or have a headphone on or something like that. But I would be incredibly impressed by the results and excited. Thanks. That was, I'm glad you had fun. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ikello Harrod. This is the Future Fiction Academy. And we teach you everything about artificial intelligence and writing. And we have a July accelerator that's $249 a month. We have standalone classes with like choosing publishing with an AI niche using AI, easy peasy book machine, romance, translations, and if you come to us on Friday, we have another live stream Friday at 5 p.m. I also have a community class on Thursdays at 4 p.m. Pacific. So we have links to the calendar also down in the description. If you want, get yourself 6 months with a month free of the accelerator and YourFirstDraft.ai. You get a credit a month, which means 12 books a year, everyone. 12 books a year. Do me a favor. Go over there, get either the dossier or the Fine Tunes class, or we have some bundles that are going right now, and you get 50% off all of them by hitting YFD. YFD on the Fine Tunes or the Make a Story dossier or the bundles that we now have on sale over at the Future Fiction Academy. The other standalone classes aren't on sale. They were on sale a few months ago. But right now, and we're probably going to have a huge sale. I'm not going to say that we're going to do this, but we might have a huge sale somewhere around Christmas time. But that does not negate the fact that you can get a lot of these things when they come out a lot earlier. So my name is Ikello Harrod. This is the Future Fiction Academy. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, and I will see all of you, every single one of you.
Fingertips. We're dreamers, we're believers, reaching for the stars, yeah. With AI by our side, possibilities.
Have a good day, y'all.
There's a future full of promise, and it's within our grasp. So let's embrace the power, the magic of AI. It's gonna make our lives so much better. Take it to the sky. With every innovation, we'll shine a little.
The mac and cheese was great. TC, the mac and cheese was great.
So let's embrace the power, the magic of AI. A symphony of circuits we will rise. With every bite we share, a new horizon. We're the architects of the digital dream. There's a future full of promise, and it's within our grasp. So let's embrace